a year, maybe a year and 2 or 3 months, maybe a year and 6 months. But he's little baby boy. He's not lying in a crib anymore. And so he's there, and when these wise men come in, they open their gifts before him. These men are wise because they came to find the Messiah, and they're wise because, like anybody else, they wanted to find happiness, and they found it. And they found it because the Bible said they rejoiced. Look at verse 10. Verse 10. They saw the star again, and they rejoiced because we're going to lead them to the right person. They rejoiced. Like the song you sing, "Your joy to the world. The Lord is come, let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven nature sing." You know how Paul puts it? Paul says, "Thanks be to God, thanks to be to God for his unspeakable gift." They're rejoicing with great joy because they're going to find the gift that God's given them, the Messiah, the little boy. That shows they're wise. Now look at verse 11. When they come into at verse 11 to see the little Lord Jesus Christ, they come in and they offer gifts, and the Bible said they fell down and worshipped him. Worshipped him. Now notice that very carefully. How'd they treat Mary? She was right there. Nobody gave it the time of day. Isn't that something? When you go over in Europe and even America, the pagan have statues after statue after statue. You find Mary and Jesus, Mary and Jesus, Mary and Jesus. And you're to bow down before them. When you bow down before Mary, because she's holding the baby. This bunch that came in worshiped him. Isn't that what it says? They didn't worship Mary. They didn't say, "How you doing, Mary?" They came in there and worshiped him. If you look through that passage, you'll find that Jesus Christ in that passage is called the young child, the young child, the young child, the young child. And every time he's mentioned, without a single exception, every time he's mentioned, it says the young child and his mother. The young child and his mother. The young child and his mother. Look at it in the passage. 8, 9, 11, 13, and 14. Verse 8, verse 9, verse 11, verse 13, verse 14. Take the young child and his mother. Take the young child and his mother. And they found the young child and his mother. Mary's a P.S. put on the end of it. Postscript. Oh yeah, his mother. You know what the most important thing is? It's the young child. It's in there. That's 20 and 21. It's there too. Verse 20, verse 21, when they go down to Egypt. Take the young child and his mother, and the young child and his mother, and the young child and his mother, and the young child first every time. Mary second. It isn't Mary and the baby. It's the baby and Mary, what it is. In this case, a young child. A young child and his mother. The young child and his mother, they ignore Mary. They just let her go. They come to worship him. How? Well, in spirit and truth. Oh, John says, let's don't love in word, but in word and speech, but in deed and in truth. And when they come down to worship in deed and truth. You know they do, because when they come bringing gifts. Bringing gifts from afar. Going to give the baby Jesus something. You get saved. After you're saved, you know what you have a chance to do? You have a chance to give the Lord something. The Lord isn't going to take anything from you, until you're saved. They in the flesh cannot please God. But after you're saved, you can bring him something. A song we sing is about Christ leaving glory, and says, I gave it all for thee. What hast thou given to me? I brought rich gifts from above. What hast thou brought to me? What hast thou brought to me? They came to find the Messiah, and they came to worship him. They came looking for the King of the Jews. Verse 1, where is he that is born King of the Jews? That's what it has on his inscription when he dies on the cross. This is Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. And they come around to Pilate and say, don't write that. Don't write he's the King of the Jews. Just write down, he said, I'm King of the Jews. And old Pontius Pilate, nobody has done it. And he says, what I have written, I have written. What I have written, I have written. So they came to worship the King. This king here is headed for the longest reign of any king who ever lived. This king here is up and by the right hand of the throne right now. He's royally in heaven, and someday he's going to come back here and be royally on this earth. Now, after he's been royally upon this earth for 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years, who ever heard of an earthly king who reigned 1,000 years in this earth? None of them. None of them. Queen Victoria, she had one of the longest reigns any monarch ever had. A couple beat her. There was Alfonso Enrique of Portugal, who reigned for 73 years and 220 days. And there was an Egyptian king named Pepi II. He wasn't Pepsi-Cola, he was just Pepi or something. And he reigned for 94 years. But Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. And he shall reign forever and ever. That's the business. Now I want to say something about this text in regard to this king. When a king shows up, you're supposed to bring gifts to him. You see where to get that from? Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. She came to the end of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and when she came, she bought gifts. And she had a camel caravan with all kinds of gifts, and bought almug trees, special trees that couldn't be found anywhere in the world. And she bought that stuff and loaded up and came to Solomon and bought gifts to him. And when she left, she had more than she came with. He gave her the gift back. And he gave back more gifts than what she bought. But it's right and formal and proper when you visit a king and render homage to him to bring something to him. And these are wise men that bearing their gifts from afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. They brought gifts to Solomon. I bring rich gifts to thee. What hast thou bought to me? Do you tithe? I don't preach much on tithing. Matter of fact, I probably preach on tithing less than any preacher in America. Really. I've got, I know you know you're just dying to hear them, but I've got 3 messages on tithing I've never preached to anybody in this church. I got 3 of them on tithing. And since we built this building, I never preached more than those messages.